And welcome back to Tony's Board Life. I have something on the table a little different today. Not really different. It is part of what I play. It's another war game, but in this case, it is Bayonets and Tomahawks by Mark Roderick. Um, and I think that's how he pronounces his name. I think you said it's Mark Roderick. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to play through scenario number 1, which is only a 1-year scenario. Each year is breaking down into 9 action rounds with a couple different reinforcement phases in the middle here, which is really good. We are going to do the year 1755, and I want to give you a feel for this game. And 1 year is going to give you a good feel. There are a lot of different mechanics in this game that I have never played. So it's really cool. You have specialized dice, which are really cool, and we'll get into those pretty quickly. And then you have the cards. Now, one thing about the cards is that they have different actions on them. So I'm just going to pull one of these. So what's cool is the units are in different shapes. So you have triangles, you have circles, and you have squares. Okay. So those are a different type of units you can activate with that particular card. And you can see, so in this case, I can activate 2 different armies or brigades and some light units. This is all armies or all brigades, armies, brigades. That's how they go about that. They call it army activation, but you're activating brigades or stack of brigades. This is 2 times, so they get 2 times their movement points. So you can see kind of the cards that go through. Now there are 2 decks that you use in each year. I don't want to say game turn year. There's the ones that say build up, which are used in the first 3 action rounds, and then you use these cards, which are the campaign cards, in the last 6. So again, like I said earlier, there are 9 activation rounds, and what we do is, and it's kind of fun, and I do enjoy it. The battling's different. This card mechanic is different too, because you always have the choice of 2 cards. So you get a reserve card, which we're going to do here in a moment, and you can use that card or a card you draw each action phase. And so it's really kind of cool on that. So what we're going to do first, we're going to go ahead, and there are 3 cards. So we have the 3 sets of cards. So we have the British, we have the French, okay. And then there are cards for the Native Americans. The game calls them Indians. So we do have a deck for the Indian cards. They do not get a reserve card. Okay. They actually play with the French, because if you know anything about the French and Indian War, which is basically what this game is, Bayonets, Tomahawks, French and Indian War. For those of you across the pond, this is the 7 Years' War, although technically it lasted 9, so I don't know how we figured that out. Anyways, back to the game. So the Native Americans or Indians will activate with the Bayonet and Tomahawks. They do not have a reserve card, so whatever card they draw, that's what you get. And there is not a that's a standard deck. There is no build-up deck for them. So what we do first time, I'll shuffle this one more time. Before the action round 1 starts, the British take 2 cards. They look at them, and they decide which one. Okay, so this one has an event on it. So let's get it close enough here so you guys can see it. And it's an AR start. So at the beginning of an action round, flip two reduced British units to full, or place one unit from the British losses box into the friendly home space. And then this one and then this activates a light and a army. This one has a light and two army. Now this will be good later in the game. So this will be, I think, a good reserve card. So that's going to be the British reserve card, and I'm just going to put it over here. And then this one gets discarded, and that one. So then we'll do the French, and then I'll do a little bit more explaining on the map here. So 2 cards. No AR event, and I'll go over what the dice at the bottom means. But I think that's just 2 lights, and that's a light and an army. I think we'll go with the. Actually, this one will be good because they only have the first 2 rounds. They really only have lights. They have 2 brigades in Quebec. So I think we'll keep this one because this one might get used quicker this way. And then whatever card you don't use when you do the 2 cards, that other one becomes a reserve card. So you've got that one. Now, let's go over some what I find is very interesting with this game that I've not seen in other war games. And part of it is, if you look at the map, there are 2 types of roads. You have the dotted lines right here, which are the pass, and then you have the highways. Okay, so with those, they're actually limited on what you can do. The dotted pass here can only be traversed by light, so only by the triangles, whether it be Native American, or you actually have 2 light militia almost units, light units for the British. They can only go on these dots. Now, you can actually change these over to a road. It takes 2 actions, so you can construct it, and then it becomes a road. Now, a road can handle, a built road that's already on here, can handle 16 units. Leaders, light, brigades, and armor. And you can have 16 units can travel on those. Okay, pretty cool. You also have Naval Movement, which it's hard to see, but like along here, it's blue. So this you need you need a sail, a transport to do that, and then you can follow through on the transports on those. It's only 4 again. Now, if it's a coastal, like from, let's say, Boston to St. George, you need a boat, but you can still transfer 16. So it's pretty cool on that one. There are open seas boxes, so you can like travel around instead of from like here to here. So you do have that capability. If you sail, up to 4 units per fleet. The leader's not counted, and the if they're reduced. So if you flip them over, no, that's not a good one. That's a if you flip them over, and you have the blood splatter one. So that's a half. So this is a full unit. The full unit, and this is a reduced unit. Okay. Oh, I think he was right here. I'll double check that, but I'm pretty sure he goes right there. Yeah, he does. So we have the movements. So you can stack as many as you can in each of these units, in each of the spots, but getting there is where the stacking actually becomes an issue, or it becomes something. So it's kind of interesting to see that, see how that works. You can't always use coastal. you have to use the cards that have the square with the naval symbol, the little anchor symbol. So you can't just like move without that, because you have to add that activates the boat. And there's plenty of them, so it's not that big of a deal on that one. Let's see here. What else? Okay, so about the game, what are we going to do? Because I've got everything set up. So except for that goes there. We have victory point track on the top up here, and basically to win you need one side or the other. That's it. if if the victory point track's on the red side, it's the British. If it's on the blue side, it's the French. So that's how you determine winning. We have our battle, which it's kind of, this is a different mechanic. So it's interesting, and when we get to it, we'll go through it. We also have a raid point track here. Once you hit 8 points, you immediately score a victory point, and you go back to sub. So every 8 raid points gives you that gives you a victory point as well. So that's a different way to do it. The other victory points are the orange surrounded ones, or yellow surrounded ones here. Those are victory points ones. So if you take over, so if the French take over Lake George, they get a victory point. Pretty simple. Now, and the numbers, so if they were to take over Albany, they'd get 3. That's a pretty juicy target, but trust me, that gets it's hard to get there, especially with any major army, because basically you have this army and that's it, and then they can get in pretty quickly. So you may take it for 1 turn, but not for 2. Now, the ones that don't have the yellow around it, that's strictly their raid points. So if it's a 2 raid point, you get 2 points if you raid that one successfully. Pretty self-explanatory on that one. Raids can only be done by the light units or Native Americans. And yeah, the pass here can only be traversed. One reason why it's hard to really do much of anything with your brigades is because they can't go on the pass. There are plenty of roads in this area getting to across and up here, but once you get in here, you're going to have to start building roads. So when you look at it, these 2 right here are the only 2 highways to get to either side all the way through. And so building roads may be an option. We'll have to see. It does take 2 action rounds to do that for a brigade, and a brigade has to do that too as well. Now, to me, that's pretty much so. And then as we go through it, we will see the different possibilities, and we'll go through, and you get to see how everything goes. And as things come up, we'll explain rules. So with that, let's get on with the game. And action round 1 now. First thing we do, we got to draw cards. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to draw a British card and a French card. And then we'll draw a Native American card as well. Now, the American card is what it is. Can't choose that one. So British, let's take a look and see what our cards are. This isn't going to help us, so that automatically means we'll be using this card. Now let's take a look at the French here. Okay, so this one, and 1 army movement performed by French stack, all non-light units may move 1 additional connection. I think we're going to save that one for when we get some more army. So there's that one, and then we have our 3 cards. Now, how do we decide who goes first? That is where the bottom number, the die comes in. So in this case, the French will go first, or can choose to go first. And they are going to go first. Um, Now, they can choose to save one of their actions for the second part of the turn, but they're going to hold off on that with that. So let's go ahead and activate our units. So we'll take care of both of these cards. So I'm going to put them right here for right now because I think that way we can go through them. We'll go ahead and do the French first. And I played this through just a little bit just to make sure I got it. And I really think the rating is the kind of way to go first couple turns for the French. First couple action rounds to get some raid points. And basically, the units can move 3 movement points. None of these are ×2, so they can move 3. So, and when you raid, so the first one we're going to go ahead and raid Tomahawks. So we're going to go down here, and then what we do, if there was units either here or here, we'd have to do an interception. There aren't any, so then we do a raid roll. So we're going to roll 1 die, and it's successful if we get this, this, or this. So if we get a flag, a triangle, and a circle, or a bayonet and tomahawk. So let's go ahead. We're going to roll a die. Again, thank you, Stu, for the dice tower. And we got nothing. So that's what we got. He was unsuccessful. Now he does go back, and we mark him with a spent marker. So that's 1 action. Second one, what we're going to do, we can move 3. So 1, 2, 3. So we're going to try to get St. George. Raid, same thing. See, this is a circle and a square, so that's still no good. So he'll go back here, and he is now spent. So the raids have not been that successful for the French right now. So that card's done. So we'll go ahead and discard it. You discard it face down. Now we have the Native Americans. Now this one, yeah, so we're going to do some more raiding, basically. Let's go ahead. We're going to try to raid Oswego. And just because I want to show this off, so he's going to go 1, 2. Remember, he can go 3. He can go 1, 2. And then there is a unit here. So we have to do the intercept. So let's take a look at the intercept here. Intercept, no light units, but it is a unit because there's a fort there. So a flag would intercept it. So let's go ahead and roll. And they got, of course, a square and circle. So interception was not successful. And we are going to go ahead and raid there. Got a bayonet and tomahawk. So it is successful. So the French raid points go up to 1. We put a raided marker because you could only raid a town once per year. Then he goes back to here and gets a spent marker. Oh, no. They're different. If they're successful, they go into the losses box. And if you go into any of the green areas, that right now they're neutral. So if you go into green areas, it flips to the other side. We're going to take Delaware. And we're going to raid. So 1, 2, we're going to raid right here. No interceptions. We roll. Triangle and a circle. If you look at the raid chart, triangle and a circle is a success. So again, this guy goes back here and successfully raided. And it's another victory point. Or not victory point, raid point. And that's it for the Native American turn. Next action round is going to be the Brits. And let's take a look. They are not as close. If you notice, they are not as close to some of the rating possibilities here. what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead. We're going to do our light. We're going to take Rogers here. And again, he can move 3. He is going to try to raid Ticonderoga. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Interception. So if he gets a flag, nope, bayonet tomahawk. Now we roll for the raid. Square circle, not successful. And then he goes back to Rumford, and he is also spent. Now, what we're going to do is we got 3 units here. 3, yep, 3, and 1 can be a maritime, but we don't have any ships out right now. And we can move 2. What we're going to do, we're going to take, and I think, so on road or the movement points for a brigade, which are the square, are 2. So we're going to go 1, 2, and move into Mohawk territory, or we have a Mohawk tribe helping us, but we are going to move into Albany. And then we're going to take the 50th and 51st. Oh, and then technically he's marked spent. And so he moves forward there. I think he's just going to stay here. Not too worried about getting here yet. Spent here. This is not enough here. There's not enough here to really push that. Not that worried about it right now. Maybe making a mistake in not pushing that forward. So move to you know what? Let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and do this. So he can follow here, and he's going to go after this unit right here. We're going to go after the Chignectu right here. And we're going to have a battle there, so we take a battle marker and we'll put it there. That's all for the card there, so he gets discarded. Now, what we do now is we do end of actions. Or wait, hold on. We've done our action players, so now we're going to resolve the battles. So I printed out a really nice battle sheet here that is out there and available. And then it tells how and we're going to go through this battle here. But it's a real nice sheet here, and it's going to go through the battle. And what we're going to do is we're going to place these where they are. So triangle. So triangles are going to go here. So these are the attackers. So we're going to do, that one's going to go there. This is a Metropolitan Brigade. There's an attacker. And then we have an artillery. And in this case, we have a defender and bastion or fort. There we go. That's going to go there. Okay, so it's pretty neat because it tells what it hits on. Okay, which is really cool and it's really helpful. This was on BGG, so I thought it was extremely helpful on that. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll first for the attacker, and we roll in each one. So if there were 3 or 2 units, you'd actually roll 2 dice. You get 1 dice per unit. And in this case, the only thing, oh yeah, forgot. So we take the markers here that are up here, and we put them on the battle track on 0. And then we determine if there's a home space. It does not. So a home space would have. So if you look at Louisburg, there's 2 units here. Those are militia. Port de la Joie is one, but this guy does not have one. Okay. Replace one fleet with one army. Nope. Combine the same type reduced units. So if you have reduced, you can combine to be the same type. Nope. Place victory markers are 0. Yep. Move per battle penalties. So battle penalties would be landing, martial troops, or route. Doubled units, 8+ units, not done. Or an enemy fort with that. They are attacking an enemy fort, doubled if no artillery. They have artillery, so the Brits are attacking a fort. That's this one right here. The bastion or fort. If I'm wrong with that, please let me know. So the key thing is to get higher than your opponent. So we're going to perform battle rolls to tackle units first. So in this case, let's go ahead and roll. We got a flag. A flag will actually, luckily, that moves it back to 0. Because a flag will advance faction's battle marker 1 position. So he's done. Now we're going to go here. So square circle or a bayonet and tomahawk. Oh, we have a square and a circle. And so what that does is that that does get a hit. So what it is, rolling unit shape, a shape on the die face, the same shape the enemy can receive a hit. Since it's a square, we can do a circle, and we do have a hit here. So this guy will get flipped over. Now it is simultaneous, by the way. So if somebody gets eliminated, they will get to fire back. Okay. Now artillery, triangle, circle, or square circle. Oh, by the way, that hit will move this guy up 1. And then the flag will move that up 2. Okay. So the best thing we can do for the French is actually do a draw. Interesting. Now we'll do the defender units. Let's see what we get for the defender units. So the first roll is a flag. So that's these guys. And now this one is nothing. So in this case, yep, we're good to go there. Okay. So we will need to. So losing versus winning attacker versus a fort or enemy settled. Eliminate 1 random Indian. We don't. If opposing stack is routed. Nope. 3 or more positions below the winner. No, it is not. It loses its last Bayonets. Nope. And so I need to look at that real quick. Hold on. Okay, in this case, if what is it? Where did it go? Okay, a defender on a fortress does not retreat as long as its bastion remains. Leave the battle marker in the space. Attacker victory is canceled. If no rout occurs, which there aren't any, penalties apply. So in this case, it stays there. So the battle is kind of not over with yet. But the bastion did take a hit. Okay. So I think what I'll do is I'll just move this over here. Let me get my player 8 off of here. Okay. Okay, so the battle marker remains. and we stay there. Now, so this guy actually can. These guys actually will go back. Let's put it that way. These guys will go back here, as well as the units. Put them right here. But this battle still remains. Okay. By the way, when you resolve battles, it's from the top of board to the bottom of the board. So that bastion, I was wondering about that. I understand why we do that, but that's a victory location. So I did really want to get rid of that one. Okay, so then we resolve the battles. The battle is not resolved. Okay. Now we discard the cards. Remove spent markers. We're going to remove these spent markers here. Put them back. Okay, that's it. Supply check. Everybody's in supply. No problem there. Ooh, rally 14.2. Let me double check on that one because we might be able to. I wonder if we can rally that fort. I'll have to see. So the rally is for routed stacks, not for reduced, which is fine. And then we will advance. Oh, I forgot. Now we'll advance. We are in action round 2. And that ends that action round. So there we go. We're going to move on to action round 2. Pretty simple, pretty easy. And we'll go through that. Okay, before we move on to action round 2, I do have a correction to make. This is a fort, not a fortress. So I had a misunderstanding on what just what the fortress was and stuff like that. So in this case, the Brits did win this one. And if you have a fort, you have a choice. You can either lose the fort. If you don't lose the fort, they get the fort. They get to flip it with one of theirs. So in this case, I am definitely going to eliminate the fort. Then I am going to go back here. The battle will not continue because it was done. The Brits won, and they do get 1 victory point here because they took this. And because of the yellow that's around it, that means that's taken. So with that corrected, we are now on to action round 2. Okay, action round 2, we are still in the build-up phase. So I'm pulling from the build-up. So we have 1 card there for the Brit build-up. And then 1 card here for the French build-up and our Native American card. So we're just going to go ahead and flip over the... Oh, okay. The lacrosse game. So this actually happened in Mishmalilac. I can't remember. It's up in the UP. I used to remember to pronounce it, but in this card right here, it says in 1 raid by an Indian unit with Indian or French AP, if a fort is the only British unit on the raided space, it is removed from play upon a successful raid roll. Declare event before raid roll. So I have an idea. Oh, we already successfully raided there. Well, now that kind of sucks because this card would have been great for this one right here, this fort right here, because it would have been the only fort there. Oh well, we'll have to play around and see what we can do. So that's that card. So let's take a look at the Brit cards. Well, I think what we're going to do, this one still is going to be good for saving this one right here at the start of AR. Yeah, we'll go into that. So they're going to choose that one. And then I think we're going to go ahead and use... Yeah, I think we'll use this one. So we'll keep that there. So let's go ahead and flip the 2 cards over. Who goes first? It's the Brits get to go first because they have the higher number there. And in this case, at the start of AR, which it is right now, The French player chooses one French brigade to eliminate prioritized metropolitans. So what we've got to do that one first. So those will be there. So this one we only have. So this brigade gets taken away. We don't have any metropolitan brigades for the French. We have mainly lights. So this is the card we're playing right now. It is the British card. So we have one light and then one not so light. One brigade, one army. And just trying to figure out the. Let's see here. 2, 3. Well, I have a feeling that we're going to be getting some raiding, that the French are going to be raiding this next turn. So they're going to go 1, 2, and stay right here. That'll at least limit. They won't be able to raid right there. So that'll be good. And now my brigades. I think we're going to send this brigade here. The 35th and New York companies, they're going to go over to Lake George to set up something there. So the British card is done. So that's good. Now we have our French and our Native Americans, our French and Indians. So what we're going to do, so French, we're going to go 1, 2. We're going to raid right here. That is a miss. So that one will go back. And he will be marked spent. So this one's marked spent. And I think we'll just go ahead and take the other guy here and we'll mark him. We'll see if he's successful on the raid. Yes, he is successful. So raid point goes down again because that's a 1. Good, that was successful. That's only 1. Okay. So he's raided and this guy is spent. So the French are done. The French card is done. And now we have lacrosse. Unfortunately, the only one where there's only a fort is right here. And it's already been raided, so I cannot raid that one right now. This one will let me raid 2 times the points. So they can move 6. So we're going to take the Melicite and go 1. So this will give them 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to raid. And that was a successful raid, so that'll move down there. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he will also be marked spent. I forgot to mark the Brit spent. Do that real quick. So this guy and this guy right here. And we have one more to go for the Indians, the Native Americans. And he's not going to get the 2 times points. So what we're going to do is he was successful. So he actually goes in to there. He was actually successful. I forgot. They're successful. They go in there. So we're going to take this guy all the way over here. He's going to go to Raystown. He is also going to try to raid. He is also successful in the raid. So that one's raided. He goes into lost boxes. Basically, they take their plunder and go home is the whole idea behind that. And then we are done. So these cards will get discarded. Okay. Which is pretty cool. And so then we have to do our, we remove all the spent items, spent tokens. Okay, did that. And okay, supply check. Everybody's good on the supply. Don't need to rally, and we will go into the fleet arrives. So this is where we get reinforcements. So let's go ahead. We'll get into that then. So we are on the fleet's arrives, and what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to get some. Here's the bag. We are going to put in and get some things. So this is basically the fleet's coming over from Europe, bringing reinforcements. So the first thing we have 5. We're going to draw 5. Now these ones we do combined. When we get to the actual metropolitan, or the when we get to the brigades, we do those separately. And you got to remember that this is not like in Europe, so they can't just bring them in. They have to be in by fleets, and these fleets are going to be important when we are bringing in the reinforcements. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to pull out 1. So we've got a Royal Navy. 2. We got to pull out 5 here. 3. Ooh. Well, we'll at least have 1. Geez. 4 and 5. So we pulled our 5 out, which is a little difficult actually when it comes down to it. With that, now we're going to include We're going to include these guys right here, and I have to pull 3 out of these 5 chits for the Brits. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. So we didn't get any of the other ones. Now this will be the only reinforcements for this turn, other than we do have the colonials enlistments. And because if you look at the First Royal American, there's that little like half crescent moon. Well, that means this leader comes attached to it. So Bradstreet is now in there. And what we have to do with Bradstreet, or with those, is they can go to any actual coastal spot. So we're going to bring them there. Geez, we're going to put those units there. We're going to put him there. We're going to put this 44th and 48th is going to go to New London. And we're going to take Bradstreet and the Royal Navy, and they're going to go down. They're going to come in Philadelphia is where they're going to come in. Now, we have to pull the French troops, and in this case, we pull 3 units, just like the Brits. And so we'll pull 3 out of these units here, 3 out of these 4, 3 out of the 4, and we shall see what we get. So 1. Oh, that's the leader's going to come with that one. 2. And 3. Oh, we have this one. Fewer troops. So I don't get any more troops out of that one. And these guys, these units here, will come in. Since there's only one boat, they have to come in together. And they are going to go into Louisburg, because they don't want to deal with that. So that way it protects that one. I was hoping to get a few more troops out of that one. It's going to be tough with the Brits, because they do get another. They get their colonial enlistments here coming up. So let's go ahead. We did that. So let's move on to action round 3. Action round 3. We pull one card for the Brits, one card for the French, and our Indian card. So let's go ahead and take a look at our Brits. Again, I don't have any reduced, so I'm going to keep that one. And so we're going to go with this one. So that's that one. And the French, we're going to go with this one right here. Yeah. We're going to go with this one right here because we want to move him to here. And then we have our... So let's go ahead and flip the cards over and see who goes first. It is actually the French who get to go first. Well, that's good. The French and the Indians get to go first. Let's go ahead. We're going to... First of all, we're going to move one of these guys. We're actually going to move the one with the leader. He's going to move just this spot right here. It would have been too easy for them to move over there. So they're spent. And let's see here. So that was rated successfully. One. Okay. Here we go. One, 2, 3. Yep. Okay, so we'll take this one light unit because I can choose. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We're going to try to raid here. And that is not successful, so he is actually spent as well. And now we have our Native Americans. They can do twice as much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So we're going to take these guys. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're also going to try to raid right there. And it is successful. And so goes in our losses. That moves to 6. And our French and Indians are done. Okay, so let's take a look here. Okay, so we're going to take the Mohawk. So that's going to 1, 2, 3, and it's not 2 times, so that's as far as it can go. Mohawk can go 1, 2. Yeah, so we're going to go Mohawk's going to try to raid 1, 2 here. Or do I want to really do that? Hold on. They're not going to raid enough. So I think it's better if I get some of these guys in. So I'm going to take Washington here, who's at Willis Creek. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and we're going to protect that one because that could be a raiding possibility. So that's good there. So spent. Now we have a... Yep, I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to take Bradstreet here, and we're going to take it in and go 1, and then 1, 2. We're going to move him up here. And then we'll take... I think I want to move him into... Yeah, so we're just going to do by land 1, 2 over here. And we'll go there. That's got that all moved in there. Okay. Not much on the battling right now. That was a problem, but not anymore. So these will get discarded, and the next turn, we actually pull from that. So we pull all our spent markers. We check for. We check. We check for any other issues. I don't see any issues per se. Although I just realized Washington just opened up Winchester. Yep, for rating. And I only need 2 more points to get this back onto the French side. Okay, that was a mistake I see now. But now, so we're going to go to the colonial switch. Colonial enlists next. It's now time for the colonials to enlist. We've got to draw 8 of the colonials. I've put all the ones that they tell you, because on the scenario sheets they tell you which ones to pull and which ones to put in, and we need to pull out. So let's pull out 8. So, let's see. Pick 1 light colonial. Okay. And put this token back in. So I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 light colonial. Did I put that in there? Yeah, I did. Oops. Put that triangle piece in. Oh, let me have to look at this so I can get the. I accidentally put the 1 light, I think, in here. So let's. Oh, there it is. So now we'll put this back in. Okay. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll put that one there. 5. Let's see here. 6. Don't have any more lights. So I'm just going to say we can't do it. So that's it. 6, 7, and 8. Pick 2 artillery units. Oh, nice. So that's awesome. So 2 artillery units. Okay. So we now have our colonials all set up here. And now we got to put them in. So they can go in. So we have 3 New England. So I think what we'll do is we'll put 1 of these with the New England regiment, 1 of these with those. And they do have to go into their respective areas. So the New England ones have to go in New England, which are right here. Not a problem. So I'm going to put 1 in York. I'm going to put. Well, we're going to put 2 in Northfield here. So there's that one. Then this one is New York, New Jersey. I think we're going to go ahead and put it in Albany, which is pretty cool. And then these guys have to go in home spaces as well, but they can go anywhere they want to. So I think we're going to put them on the edges here, because I think they're too easy to raid against. So, okay, on to action round 4. Let's go ahead and pull the cards. Action round 4, so we have our Native American card, and now we are pulling from the campaign, so you will not see the build-up, except for unless I have holdout. So let's take a look and see what we have. We don't have any British lost boxes or anything like that, so we'll keep that. That was from the build-up. So that's our first card. And then let's take a look here. Frontiers Ablaze. So we can get some radius bonus points. And we are really close to having getting a victory pointing back from the Brits. So let's take a look and see who's going to go first. It will be the Brits. And I think we will say, we'll do a reaction. And basically that means this guy right here. Yeah, that guy right there will do that. Now, I have construction here. And then let's take a look here. What do we got here? Let's if okay. So here we go. Check Dialhage, which is not here. That's Delaware, Seneca. Sometimes a problem you can't find the Indian village. I can't find the Indian village I'm looking for. Hmm. Well, Mingo's one of them, or Forks of the Ohio, which is right here, and containing. Well, basically, if it's not British controlled or with a British marker, send to the lost boxes two of the following Indian: Mingo, Delaware, and Chowan. Well, I was taking a look earlier, and the only one that can be taken out is Mingo. The other two, Delaware and Chowan, are already in the lost boxes. So that because that said at the AR start with that one. We're going to take this one. Now we have a light, and I think what we're going to do, we're going to take Washington. 1, 2. He's going to raid Kataininik, or try to raid it. There's nobody there. That is a successful raid, so he will get a raid point. That'll be marked raided, and Washington is now spent. So Washington was very successful. He goes back, and he is spent here. Okay, so that's the light reactions. So what we're going to do, we get 2 times. So what we're going to do is we're going to take everybody but the Mohawk here. And there's 3, so that's way over or way under the 16. So we're going to go 1, 2, and since it's double, it'll be 4. So we're going to go over here to the Bay de Cataranon, and I do apologize for my French pronunciation, as I have none. But anyways, and I do apologize. So we're going here, and that's 1 victory point because we Brits now control it. And then we have a single, and I think, I'm trying to figure out where I want to go because I want to get across. I could. I think I'm going to send this stack of New Englanders over to Lake George. So 1, 2. Yep. So we're sending those over to Lake George. And now we have this reaction to do after we do these cards. The Indian card, let's take a look and see what we can do. He can move 3. So 1, 2, 3. Nope. Let's see. 1. Oh, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I know this is weird, but because they're light, we can do it. So we're gonna raid with this guy. 1, 2, 3. Mainly because I get 2 bonus points for a single raid if this one is successful. I've got to see if they actually. A flag. I think they intercept. Yep. Non-light units, just a flag intercept. So he intercepts, and so they're done. So they go back. They go to their lost boxes, unfortunately. So that wasn't good. So this one is done, but I still have this one here, and I need to get raid points. So I get 2 bonus raid points. I'm going to take Villiers. He can move 3, so we're going to use this activation. 1, 2, 3. To Carlisle, and we got to see if now this is going to be a little bit riskier. Flag intercepted. He goes back, and he is spent and not successful. because I can double one movement. I'm trying to find one, a British. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, and I can go 6. We're going to do that. We're going to take Langus, or it's Lingy probably. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to Rumford. It's 2 points. And it's just to see if we are successful on this. So that's for this double right there. And it is successful. So a flag so that is a successful rate. So that's 2 points, which does give me a bonus point back. And then it continues. So 2 points. So that was very successful. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But he is now spent right here. He is now spent. Okay. Oh, and that's successfully raided because you can only raid once per year with that. Okay, so the French one, we do have units. Let's see here. How did this get down here? Oh, I might have moved them on accident. Okay. So these were up in Quebec. 1, 2. Actually, I made a mistake earlier, so I had to refix it. So I forgot to move those back. I thought I got everybody. So we're headed back to Montreal because Montreal right now is really the only way these guys can get to like Quebec is through Montreal. So these are really the only ways we can get into, and we have a fort right here. So that's pretty good. So that's done. Now we got reaction. Oh, I forgot to put a spent marker here. Now, so what I can do, I need to get rid of this fort. Forts are not that, like, we'll do that regiment. So what we're going to do is we're going to activate the 31st and these New York companies, and they're going to go 1 to right here to Ticonderoga, and we are going to battle. Ticonderoga is a victory point place. Now, let's go ahead and get the battle sheet out here. And I'll just put it right here because so Ticonderoga is the only battle we have. We are going to put it here. So attacker, it is a Metropolitan Brigade, and we have a fort, which is down here. Okay. Now we start on zeros, and let's go through and see what penalties, if there is any penalty here. Landing, nope. Marshal troops, nope. Route, nope. Versus an enemy fort, yes. So it is versus an enemy fort. So it is doubled if no artillery, and we do not have any artillery. So this is going to go back to -2. Yeah, that might not have been a good idea. I could take some damage, but because we actually, even if he gets a hit, it's not going to go through because you have to be on this side for it to actually cause the hit to advance. Now, what can happen is these guys can take a hit. This fort can fire and take a hit, or cause a hit, and cause some damage. So let's go ahead and let's see what happens. Worst case scenario, next AR, I can send three units in. So let's take a look here. So he has nothing, and now the fort fires back, and he has a flag, and I don't think that means anything. Advance battle factions by 1 position. So he's going to go. So he's technically going to win. This guy is actually going to get retreated back, so we can take the battle marker off. So he actually won. So he's going to go back here, and he will be spent. So with that battle was not very effective. So, okay, and we are all done with that action. So we will discard these cards. So they are discarded now. We will remove spent markers. Got quite a few of them. At least I was successful in that one raid. Got 1 point back here. But losing that one and this one up here, yeah, I'm not too happy about it. Oh, I should have built a fort with that card. Dang it. Oh well, you know what? It is what it is. I used it. Can't use it again. I made that mistake. I'm not gonna go back, even though I could. So, okay. Okay. With that, supply check. He's in supply because he's all the way through. He can go this way all the way through, and then all the French guys are in supply as well. So we're good to go there. Rally. We don't have to worry about that. Nobody's routed, and we are going to go on to action round 5. So let's look forward to action round 5. So, the so again. On to the next round. We are in action round 5. So let's go ahead. We're going to pull our card out here. So we have our Brit card, we have our French card, and we have our Indian card. So let's take a look at the Brits first. Let's see, Lucky Cannonball. Again, I'm not going to be able to use this one, but in one battle, you may reroll your artillery units, fleets, and or forts up to 3 rerolls of the same type, or split between several units. I'm going to keep that one again. Let's see, and the French. 1755. Yep, so that's where we're at. It scores 2 raid points. Yeah, I think we'll keep this build up one here. And then we have our Indian card. Oh, let's take a look. Who's going to go first? It is tied, so whenever it's tied, the French do get to go first. And we have in one raid by an Indian unit with Indian or French AP, the French may reroll 1 interception roll and the raid roll. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, so let's start. They get 2 raid points. Oh. Alrighty, so that's helpful. Okay, now let's take a look and see what. So I just have a leader. Don't really have enough here to really do much right now. I'd like to get some more points over that way, but I see some different possibilities here. I actually don't see many different possibilities. I feel like I need to get some more protection in some places around here that I don't have the troops as the French right now to do that. See, we got cannon, 2 lights. Oh, maybe. Yep, we're gonna go ahead. Okay, so we're gonna activate this deck here with this leader here. 1, 2. I'm gonna see if we can take this back, and then we're gonna take these guys here. Yep, I like that. So we will have a battle here. Let me grab a battle marker. There's a battle right there. So that was the French. The Indians I want to raid for sure, but I don't have the points to raid. So I've 1 Indian here, 1 here, 1 there, and that's it. That's all I have for Indian units. I already raided that one. That's just a raid. So I think we'll take this guy. We'll move him in. So we'll go 1, 2, and 3. He's there. This guy, we can go 1. So that's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we'll do that. So those are done. Now, let's take a look, see what we got going on here. Triangle. They really don't have a good spot to try to do some raiding here. But what we can do, yeah, 1, 2, 3, nope. 1, 2, 3, nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, nope. Let's see here. There just really isn't a good spot. So I think Rogers, we don't really want to move Rogers here. Armstrong, I think. Yeah. Just trying to figure out the best way. I don't want to go into either the Iroquois Confederacy or the Cherokee because I don't want to flip those over to the French. And I do have a light right here. Could raid. That raids for a light. So that one could come across. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to take this unit and we're going to start constructing a fort. The fort here with this guy. So we're going to put that on him. So we're constructing a fort. So that's one action. Let's see. I don't think I can get anybody else over here, unfortunately, because these guys have to go that way or this way. But I think what we'll do is we'll do another activation here and move it along here this way. So that'll be another battle marker. That one will probably be successful for the Brits. And so 1, 2, and I get another one. And this one could be well, I think we'll take this one and we're going to move this up to here. So that way then I can start using Rogers here to take care of that. Then I won't feel so bad about moving Rogers inland. So that's all 3 of those. I haven't done my light. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. We're going to go 3 here. And that'll let me here, or here. I'll be able to raid. So that'll be good. Okay. These get discarded. And we have to go on to battles now. Let me get my handy dandy battle sheet here. Oh, okay. So we'll go from the top of the board to the bottom. So this one's going to be first. That is part of the rules. So we have a fort. Yep. And for the defender, and we have Metropolitan Brigade and 2 non-Metropolitan Brigades. So let's take a look. So we start with our on zeros. Let's take a look at the penalties here. Landing, nope. Martial troops, nope. Route, nope. Out of supply, nope. Versus an enemy fort, 1, and then doubled if no artillery. He doesn't have any artillery, so he will go down to 2. But he has 3 units here. Now, what we're going to do, squared units. So we get to roll 3 here. So flags and squares and circles are what we want. 2 flags, so that brings them back to 0. And, ooh. Was there any, oh, I forgot to take a look. Oh, there's no militia, okay. So this would have gotten rid of a militia. So this is what we rolled. This would have got rid of a militia. But it didn't. And I need to roll for that one and then those 2. Okay. So that got us back to 0. Now let's see if artillery can hit. My fort can hit, or if what's the other thing? Or if at least I can get a flag and still win this battle. So let's take a look here. And I get that. Non-eliminated fleet. Nope. Artillery fort or bastion. If enemy brigade can receive a hit. Advanced factions. Okay, let me take a look at this. Advanced faction battles, 1 position. If marker is above 0, apply a hit to an enemy brigade. Oh, yeah, so this can. So this, because we are a fort. If enemy brigade can receive hits, which they can. Advance the battle faction 1, which I can do that. If above 0, apply hit to enemy brigade and prioritize. So this guy actually does take a hit. That is absolutely insane. I did not see that happening. I thought for sure these brigades. I got to move some artillery into that. Definitely got to. I've got artillery here, so got to move some artillery into that one. Now, so that goes there, and these guys will go back with that hit. Wasn't expecting that one. Got to get some artillery, so that way at least they won't take a double hit. Just crazy. Yeah, so that was good. That was very, very effective for that one. Okay, now this next one's going to have quite a bit more to it because there's quite a bit more troops here. So we'll put this here. So the French are the attacker. So they're going to be in the non-metropolitan. We have some artillery. And we have 3 attackers, non-Indian. There we go. Or 2. And we have rerolls. So he gets 2 rerolls for that. So that's pretty cool. Okay, yeah, so I was just checking on the rerolls. So that's really good. Now the defenders, what do we have here? We have non-metropolitan, we have an artillery, and we do have a metropolitan. Okay, so what are we going to do first here? Well, and there is, of course, no militia. So we got to start from 0 again. And I don't, honestly, landing, nope. Martial troops, nope. Route, nope. And it's this time there's no fort there. Yep, so we are going to start with our non-Indian, so 2. So let's go ahead and roll. Ooh, triangle and circle. That does take a hit. A triangle and a circle. So triangle. So this guy's going to get a hit on him. That's pretty cool. And this is light unit or militia, no effect. So this one is a no effect. Okay, now we're going to go to the non-metropolitan. 1 die for that one. And that's a triangle circle, which is nothing. And then finally, the artillery, and that is nothing as well. I do get a reroll, so let's go ahead. We're going to try to reroll this one. Ah, that was what I was looking for. So circle and a square. So we can, yeah, we're going to hit the metropolitan. Okay, so that's the attacker. So attackers go first. Now defenders, we have our Metropolitan Brigade. It's a triangle circle, which is nothing. Our colonist, that's a no effect. And then we have, oh, that's 1-2. Yeah, because that's 2 hits, yeah. Sorry. And this one is for the artillery. This can take a hit. So that Canadians do take a hit there. And that's the only hit they get, because that was for this one right here. So in this case, this time, which is really nice, the attacker, oops, which I had this backwards, is the French. The French will win this one. And there's no route. But that'll actually readjust this because we got that back. These guys right here will go back to Oswego, into the fort there. So that one. So now this card that we've been saving here will come into effect. Okay, so it's just to make sure. Battle outcome. Winning attack versus a fort or enemy settled. Nope. Yeah, nope. So there is no route. Defeated stack, and it's going to retreat back to here. That makes sense. And then we adjust the victory points, and then that's that. So I'll take that. So that's the end of action round 5. That actually brought things back here pretty good. But now using that card, that build-up card, is actually going to be pretty effective, I think, in action round 6. So I forgot. I didn't put the spent markers, so I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, so let me go through this just to make sure. So I already discarded, remove spent cards. Was there, see, he may reroll up to 3 artillery units. He did hit, though. The artillery did hit. So I didn't really need to, I don't want to reroll because the artillery hit. So I just realized that there was a card there. No rallies because we're not routed, and we will move to action round 6. Now on action round 6 here, we pull our card again for the Brit, and our card for the French, and our Indian card. So let's take about. See, this is where this one's going to be. We flip up to 2 reduced units to full, exception 4. And this one won't matter. So this one will become a reserve, and this is a card the Brits are going to go for. French here. Let's go with the 2 times. We'll see what happens with that. And our Indian card. So let's see what we have here for action round 6. Okay, AR starts, so we can flip. So this one will get flipped, and then this one will get flipped. So that actually worked out pretty well. They did lose that one. So that wasn't as effective as I had hoped it would have been. But that works out. Being they're both 6s, the French will go first because it's tied. And they get 2 times the points Um, and what we're going to do is we're going to try to do some raiding here. I want to get the victory points over that way a little bit more with the raids. What we're going to do, I'm trying to find the best way to get to the most raid points. There's no light in that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 2 times. Perfect. So we're going to take this guy here. Sorry. We're going to take him. We're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we get to see for the interception. And with no light unit, I don't think that actually intercepts. Nope, it's just a flag would intercept. So now he's going to, and that is a successful raid. Yes, that is a successful raid. So that will be 2 points. And he is going to be spent. So he's going to go back here, but he is spent. And they have successfully raided Northfield. Now let's take a look here. The Indians. Let's go ahead. We're going to go 1, 2 to Carlisle. I think. Yeah, 1, 2 to Carlisle here. We're going to see. Oh, it does not intercept. Now let's see if. No raid. Unsuccessful. But he is done. So I believe he goes back. Let's retreat. Raiding unit goes back to starting space. No interception. Successful Indian go. Okay, so he's just going to go back because he was not successful. But he is spent. So those are those 2 cards down. This one I already took care of. So we have a light unit and square. I started building the fort here. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to finish building the fort here. So that's one of those actions. We're probably not going to have any battles this turn. So now we have a fort here, which really kind of takes care of that factor right there. And so now I do have a light unit here. Let's take a look here. So this guy has not been raided. Let's go ahead. 1, 2, 3. We're going to try to raid the Forks of the Ohio. Rolling for interception. That is an interception. Yep, that's an interception. So that one got intercepted. Armstrong goes back to. Oh, I forgot to put a rated market on Carlisle. Oh, he wasn't successful. That's right. Neither was him, so he'd be spent. Okay, that's actually it for the action round. There weren't that many movements on that one, so we can go ahead and discard these cards. We'll go ahead and discard them. That's going to be a card. Okay, those are discarded. Remove spent markers. Spent markers gone. Spent marker here. Let's put him back on here. Successful. I like that. Okay. And supply. Everybody's good for supply because he can go here. And so, yeah, that's not a problem. Oh, if he would have gone here, that would have put him out of supply. I have to remember to do that. Possibility. And we go to action round 7. No, let's head on to action round 7. Action round 7. Let's go ahead and pull our cards. Now, we got some different cards here, probably. British units currently on sale. Oh, here we go. 2 French-controlled Indian units are placed in the lost boxes. We're going to do that one for sure. Let's take a look at the French. Um, French have 4 or greater. They only have 1. So I'm going to save that one, I think. Then we're going to go with this one. And then we have, we don't have that many Native American troops here to move around. So we know which one that is. Let's go ahead here. Tied again, so the French get the tie, which allows them to be a little bit more. Okay, yep. That's right. That was the 2 that was successful. 1, 2, 3. Let's go ahead. We're going to take Villiers. We're going to try to raid. That is for the interception. So that is not successful. That is a successful raid. So that's 2 more points. 1, 2. Goes back to 0. And the French are up here. He goes back. He is spent. And we have another raid. So French are up to 2 victory points now. I think what I want to do is just kind of keep this one in hand. So I'm kind of okay with not going too crazy with those guys. So I think I got to continue raiding. It's the points. So we're going to take out of Fort Duchesne. We're going to try here. No, 2 French-controlled Indian units are placed in the lost boxes. I forgot to do that. And I think I've only got 1. Kind of want to keep that. Yeah, 1 and 2. There we go. Sorry, I forgot that one. Okay, interception. Not intercepted successfully. So now let's see if how the raid goes. The raid is a failure. He does short. They go back. Hey, I had to try it. Now we do the French card. And the French, because the French, I've got, or the Indian card. I only have 1. I only have 1 unit. So he's gonna try to spend down here, or try to, let's actually, I want to use him for more something along those lines. So we're just gonna move him 1, 2, 3, and put a spent marker there, because I'd rather try to go for this 2 up in Easton and really bring that in. So French marker's done. Now we have this was the infamous smallpox infected blankets, which really wasn't as effective as you would think it would be, because the smallpox had already gone through a lot of these areas, and so the ones that were survived generally were. I mean, it's a bad thing, anyways, and some people did die from it for sure, but it wasn't like crazy effective, just due to the fact that it was already done once, or they had already fought through that. Oh yeah, so this one right here, we're going to pull this stack right here from Northfield. We're going to go 1, 2 into Lake George with the artillery, because we want to take over Ticonderoga. They're getting kind of crazy on the points there. And they really just don't have any fleet movement. Not really. Yeah, so I don't have to use that way. And maybe what we do is we head inland. We go one. No, that's where would be a good way. I could move them. You know what? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. So, no, that's not really that great. Hmm. Forget. This is really like our one guy. I really want to get over to here. But this will take 2 turns to make that a road and another 2 turns or 2 extra runs to make that a road, and that's not going to help. But I think what I'll do, because I get 2 times movement points, so it'll be 4. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we'll do that, and then we can head. Yep. So we're going to take Brad Street. We're going to leave this area to the lights. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. There we go. So those are done, and action round 7 was not a crazy success, but it was successful in getting the French another point. So we move on to action round 8. And this is, we're going to have some battles here because we need to, the Brits need to get 3 victory points in the next 2 action rounds to win this, which is not what I expected. I'll be honest with you, not what I expected at all. It seemed like the Brits were going to run away with it, but the French definitely have some workarounds on this. The rating is, they can do so much rating. Okay, so let's take a look at the Brits here. If French VP is not 3 or greater, which it is not, neutral Cherokee nation becomes British controlled, or if it is French controlled, French lose 2. Okay, so Cherokee, which is down all the way down here, will be British controlled. And or surprise landing. I think we're going to go with that one. Let's take a look at the French here. In one battle against the British fort, I'm not going to really battle against the British fort. And so I think I may go this way. Because I can do more with that one since neither of these are going to make a difference. Yeah, so we're going to go this way. And then, ooh, AR start. Take 2 random French-controlled Indian units from the lost boxes and place them on their respective villages. Remove British control marker if applicable. An Indian unit cannot be placed on a village if there is a British-controlled unit on it. Okay, so I'm going to pull all these. That actually helps out a lot. That's a good, because all of the Indian units, all of the French Indian units are. So a couple of things we're going to have here. So we have the AR starts. So there's 2, so we have 3 AR starts here. So we're going to go, just going to drop 1 and 2. Okay. So, yeah, great. I've got to look and see where these villages are to place them. Okay, so this guy is in Montreal, which is good. And Les Trois Rivers. Les Trois Rivers. The 3 rivers, basically, is what that's called. Then you have that river, that river. Oops. that river, and that river, and that river. The three rivers. Okay, so that's that one. French one doesn't count. So the Cherokee, go down here, and that will be National Cherokee Indian Nation becomes British controlled. So they will get the Cherokee, which we place one on each of those. All the way down there. So all the way down here at the end, the bottom. It's hard to see that, but I placed those. Okay, so who's going to go first? It is going to be the Brits, and I think they are going to... Let's be okay with this. We're going to save one of these reactions. We're going to save that reaction right there. Or do I want to? Yeah, we're going to save that reaction right there just in case something crazy happens and I need to move. I have an idea of what's going to happen, but let's just make sure. So 2 times points here. Let's go ahead. We're going to take this Mohawk right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, because it is 2 times. And we're going to try to raid. So no interception, and that is a successful raid. So they're going to go to 1 point as well. And that will be a successfully raided. And then he goes in to the losses. Oh, I forgot to take that spent marker off. I thought I got them all. Oh, I forgot to get all the spent markers off. Go figure. Okay, spent marker's gone. Okay. These guys are going to go to Ticonderoga. They need those points, so that'll be 1 battle there. Let's see, what do we got here? We have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think we will. But let's find out. Let's wait here because I have that one to do. This guy right here. So this is, again, an Indian. We're going to try to go to Easton. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We're going to try to raid. There's no interception. And that is not a successful raid because that's a circle square. And so he's going to go 1, 2, 3 back to where he was, but he is spent because he was not successful. Successful raids, they go back up into the losses. Now, let's take a look and see what we have here. I feel like I want to keep this here. That battle marker does not need to be there. Take that off right now. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. I don't like that one. Let's try this. So let's try an interception. No interception, and a raid is not successful. That's one of those. We're going to take one more 1, 2, 3 up here. That guy's spent. And so I've got this guy here, which can be a boat, but I don't have a ship there. So that's a problem. I really don't want to lose him. He's moved. So I guess I can't use that 1 point. Dang it. So his reaction. So they were expecting a battle there. He's going to go 1, 2 down to here. Niagara does not have any militia. Nope. No militia. Yep, no militia. So that will be a battle. Oh, the fort stays. Ontario stays there. Ontario stays there. So battle again. Okay, so that was the reaction. He was waiting to see if he moved anybody down there. He didn't. He should have. He should have. I should have. So in this case, none of these are... Yeah. None of these are going to affect the battle, so I'm just going to go ahead and discard them. And it's time for some battling. Let's start here. So again, we just have our fort. We just have our fort here. We have our artillery. We have a metropolitan, another metropolitan, and to here. We're going to fort, so we start these on zeros. Flip that around because the attacker goes top. Just a -1 to start off with. So let's roll ahead. Go ahead and roll the 2. We have a flag, which actually would bring that one there. And square circle. Yep. So this will take a hit. Now we do the non-metropolitan. Square circle and a flag. And so the fort's actually gone. But this is like simultaneous. We're also going to go ahead and roll the circle. Just to see what happens. Nothing there. Yeah, I think they're going to lose this one. I think they're going to lose Ticonderoga. He's going to get 1 roll of the die. Circle square does take a hit. Metropolitans take first hit, so he does take a hit. But he still wins the battle. This fort is destroyed. Let's put to the side there. These guys are... Here we go. And artillery. And they are going to stay at Ticonderoga. That will move the battle back there, which is pretty awesome for the Brits. And last battle board, this one should probably go pretty quickly. So non-Indian and artillery, 2 metropolitans, and a non-metropolitan. And we have Bradstreet with 2 re-rolls. So let's go ahead and start with our 2 metropolitan. Oh, wait. No forts. It starts out at zeros again. Here we go. 2 flags. So 1, 2. That's interesting. Then we have the 2 more flags. 1, 2. Might have a route on this one. And then the Royal Artillery. That is also a flag. Now we have the light, which is also a flag. So that'll be... Okay, I got to take a look if it's 3 or more. So these guys here do win the battle. So they will get Fort Niagara. So that'll be 1 more victory point. So that actually flips them over. And then if marker is 3 or more positions below the winner, 1, 2, 3 or more, yep, it lost, yep. So they do get a route, place a route marker. Okay, we get a route marker on that guy. Eliminate 1, place route marker on any stack, applies penalties. Eliminate 1 routed unit, artillery, priority, Indian last as no fort resort. Okay, so he actually just gets eliminated, even with the route marker on there. Yep, okay. So that actually now has brought the Brits to the winning position in action round 8. Let's see if we can change that in action round 9. We are now on to the final action round. We are in action round 9 now. So I still think it's a pretty tight game. Now, one thing we do have to look at here is bonus, year-end bonus points. So control 2 or more French victory space, get 2 extra bonus points. And, oh, that's the wrong one. And same thing with the French. They will get 2 extra bonus points. Last round, we get our card here and our other card here. And we get our Indian card. So let's go ahead, take a look. Oh, I already can tell. That's going to be the card. That's going to be the card. It's got lots of options on it. Um, Same thing. Ooh, this is a good one too. Okay. Yep. So that's going to be that one. And then we got this one. So let's take a look at our cards we got. Okay. So we have in battle, perfect volleys. You may reroll one Metropolitan and one Highland Brigades up to a total of 3 rerolls of the same type unit or split between different units. So we can reroll up to 3 times. This one, start of AR, eliminate 1 British brigade. We're going to do that, but where? Where are we going to eliminate the brigade at? As I'm trying to figure out the best way, who do I need to? Okay, let's go ahead and... Oh, I forgot to put him back. Yeah, we're going to go ahead. We're going to eliminate from this group here. We're going to eliminate that one. That is pretty awesome. And this will give me 2 lights and that. Oh, British player choice cannot choose a disbanded colonial brigade. Okay, so the British choice is not going to be that one. It's going to be, I think this one's got, yeah, we'll get rid of one of those. There we go. Because he doesn't see any problems with this one. He doesn't think they're going to be attacked. Now, who's going to go first? It will be the British is going to go first, and they are going to keep one of the actions. Now, let's take a look here. So, we have the disease and... Oh, that's a British camp. Oh, no Indian may be activated this action round. 1 bonus light AP is added to the French card. Oh, so I get 3 for the French, but the Brits are going to go first. So we're going to save that. So let's take a look. They're like, okay, so they're going to go first. And they're like, okay, well, we're going to take our Metropolitan brigades and we're going to go 1, 2 back as we go. That goes to Niagara, but they are spent now. There's a fort there. It's hard to decide now. What do I want to do? I think I'll leave 1 there and go that route. Okay, oh, we'll take that battle marker off. Don't need that one right now. Okay. That's 1, so 2. You know what? Let's go ahead. Let's try Montreal. So we can go 1, 2. So we're going to try Montreal here. And I get 1 more. Yeah, he's thinking, we got a fort here. We're going to go here and do that one. So this is kind of like an end. Let's make it work. Okay, and he still has this one just in case he needs it for any reason at all. Now, let's go ahead. So I get 1 extra, so 3 triangles. So I think, oh, I forgot to take these spents off. Now, the only nice thing is this, okay, no Indian unit may be activated. So I'm going to get 3. So we're going to see what we can do. So 1, 2, 3. Let's see if we... yeah, we got... that one's no good. Okay. But now I want to... I got to take a look here. See if there's any... one of these is here. Doesn't matter which one, it's spent. So now I've got these two, because that one, this card gave me that bonus one. Got to remember this one because it's an in-battle one. You know what we're going to do? I think we are going to... not going to have to worry about him coming that way. I'm not even close. So it's like trying to get a raid to someplace is not even worth it. Oh, he moved up there. I got to make sure Rick that is spent. You know what? Why not? Let's try. So that'll be one right there. Oh, that leaves that open though. Well, that would have been opened anyways. So this guy's going to go 1, 2, and he took that over. So that's just going to be that way. Okay, it looks like the Brits may run away with this one. We'll have to see. So now I have, yeah, so this one's not going to really... Oh, I still have 2 more. So I could either go here or here. I'm trying to figure out which one I want to do. Or do I go up to Montreal and protect Montreal? Because that's 3 victory points right there. Yeah, I think we're going to go into here. And yeah, we're going to go this route here. Because that activated... So I got this one for that, and then also the 2, that other triangle. So that one's all done. Now, is there any way, anywhere? Yes, there is. No, there isn't. 1, 2. Oh, and he can't even go up there. And he was spent. Oh, and it's a... Oh, you can go under, if I remember right. Yeah. This guy can't get up there. But he can get here. Yep. 1, 2. Left that one wide open. Didn't even see that one. Dang it. Oh, well. There's no fort, right? Nope. Oh, did I leave a fort or anything? Nope, I did not. Okay. Now, cards are done. We're up to the battle now. So, we got to start from top to bottom. So, we're going to start with this battle first. Okay. So, I'm going to take and trade in this guy, this fleet here, for an artillery unit. So we have our artillery, and we have Metropolitan, and 1 reroll. That's not a victory point, by the way. Okay. Then we'll take this. And sorry about that. And Metropolitan, light, non-Indian, and also artillery. So attack. Oh, and I get 1. So this is the first time I get this, but I actually get 1 infantry or militia. Which, where did I put that? Nope. I do get 1 militia, but I can't remember where I put them. Oh, here they are. Okay, so I do get 1 militia. And that's at the end. Or that one. Okay. So okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to roll for our light. He gets a we got a not attacking a fort, and yep. So we're at zeros. So British is the attacker, so they're going to take flag. Now we have our metropolitan. That is a miss, but he's going to re-roll that one and get a flag. Luckily, I got to do a leader check. Okay, so we're good. And now we're going to do the artillery. Circle, triangle. There is no triangle, so it's not a hit. So he doesn't have any. Okay, so then we have the metropolitan here. Flag, that goes up there. We have our cannon. Circle, triangle, yep. So this guy will take a hit. And then the militia. Okay, so our militia did not get removed. So I'm looking for a flag to win the battle. And I do get a flag. They get to win. So in this case, actually, yes, these guys do get to win the battle. So they keep the battle going. That's kind of nice. These guys. Now I got to take a look at retreat, because they would retreat into a battle on this one. So let me check the retreat procedures. So just reading through this, these guys can retreat into this battle space here, but they do not take part of the battle, and they may have to retreat if this battle is lost. Now, let's go ahead and do the battle here. So we have our attacker. We do have our fort. And here's the thing. The French is now the attacker. They're attacking the fort without artillery. Oh, not a good thing. My hope is to score 2 hits or a hit in a triangle. Square circle. That is not good. And then for the fort, circle square, that doesn't work either. So in this case, the fort stays. These guys retreat because they lost. But that was let's see what happens with this stuff. So now, so that battle space is done. This battle space is done, so no change in that at all. And now we are on to this battle right here. So the defender. Okay, we get 2 rerolls. That's pretty cool. None, non-metropolitan, and then artillery. And I get 2 militia. We have artillery, metropolitan, and non-metropolitan. Now, attacker goes first. Remember, this is all simultaneous. So, attacker goes first, metropolitan, and scores a hit. Oh, that takes care of that one. Now we get 2. Oh, okay. So I don't think there's any. Nope, there's no Penalties. Okay, no penalties. Okay, so that was a hit. Oh, the British are the attacker. And what do we got here? So we got a miss and then another hit. Okay. So the artillery is gone. I'm just going to move it to the side. So now we have our artillery, which is just 1 die, which is a flag. Moves that up the board. Okay, we have our, now it's defensive side. And we have nothing. The Indian, nothing. The non-metropolitan, oh, that was only one. Oh, luckily they're the same. But we will have a hit, metropolitan. So this one gets there. And he will get, because he eliminated this, he'll actually get one of these, which is like the war in Europe type thing. Okay, so that was metropolitan. Now we go for the cannon. Ooh, circle, circle. So that was a hit. That's a hit. Now I have 2. I'm looking for flags. That's all I can get is just flags for these militia. If I get 1 flag, it's a draw. I need the French need a flag on this one. Oh, when they get it, they get the flag, which will put them up, which they are tied. That means the attacker retreats. So this guy gets eliminated. The attacker retreats on a tie when there's no force. So these guys have to come back. Oh, they came. Yeah, they were at Ticonderoga. That's right. They were in Ticonderoga. By the way, I need to put that there so that way. Oh. Okay, that was a good battle. That was definitely. Oh, I forgot. Now they were successful. They were successful. So the rerolls wouldn't have mattered. Same thing. Oh, I forgot to reroll these guys. Oh well. I forgot my rerolls that I got. I got to remember those rerolls. Now, is that it for the battles? I thought I had more than that. No, I did not have more than that. Okay, so in this case, let's take a look here. So he's fine there. That's 1 victory point. That's 1. And then, so they get victory points. I think. Let me take a look here because I think they've got in it. 2 French controlled space. That's 1. That's 1. So they are going to get 2 more victory points. And unfortunately, there are no. See, I raided these areas. I could have moved into those areas and had a French control space. Yep, that's a mistake. That's a mistake I made. All these raided areas here. Oh, that could have been 2 points. They're not victory points, but that could have helped with that. So in this case, it is a resounding, I would say, a resounding victory for the Brits. I don't know if that's indicative of the whole game because this was just 1 year. People would have to return back after this as a second year on that. But that's it. Victory goes to the Brits for this game. It was close right up until the end. I made a few mistakes with the French. I didn't leave anybody here. So that was 1 point for them. I probably should have just gone down here, but I felt like I needed to save up there. And yeah, so yep. I've left that open. I just didn't have a lot of troops. as the French. I didn't get a lot on the redone. So, but I love this game. This game is awesome. I love the mechanics with the cards. It really is kind of fun to do them to. Okay, well, what am I going to do? What do I need to do? Who do I need to activate? Which stacks do I need to activate? Um, so yeah, it worked out really, really well. I really enjoyed it. Um, the mechanics of the game are phenomenal. I think there's probably only the American Revolution, maybe the only game that could be similar to use some of the similar mechanics with the light infantry, the militia, the British brigades, the overseas the uh, from the overseas units from Britain. I could easily see the American Revolution being played using these or similar context to this. Other than that, I'm not sure if there is actually another if there's another system out there or another conflict that could use these, which is not good because I really like the way this system works. It's really not that hard. It's not that complicated. It's a lot of fun. Even solo, I think it works fine solo. I don't see any. I mean, yeah, you're choosing between two cards, but you're choosing between two cards. It's not a big deal on that one. And I kind of forget what card's underneath there unless it's a card that's been there for a while, like that one British card we kept for the whole game. So we could use it to flip over the game. And I love that option. It's not just like, hey, one card, here it is. No, we choose the two, which one does best. The battle system with the special dice, I think, works perfectly. It's really good. It works out really well. I can't say enough about this system. I really really like it, Mark. If you watch this, Mark, if you have another idea to use this system in another game that will work really well, I'm all for it. I'm up for it. I'll play it. It'll be fun. It's extremely fun game. I could see being face to face it being even more fun because you really don't know which cards are going to go through. But the dice rolling is fun. I love the raid aspect of it. I think that right there is what kept the game close until this last turn. And if you raid I never raided Albany. Should have figured out how to get to Albany. That's 3 raid points. These bigger ones, you definitely need to raid the bigger ones. 222. Those would help immensely. And I think you need to move your troops in as the French so you're able to hit these points more often. Now you can see I rated pretty good. I rated the board pretty well with all the blue raid markers on here. But the Brits don't need to worry about raiding so much. They can do it just to be annoying, keep on the raid points and things like that. But I really think the raid points is that kind of equalizer for the French. I don't think I utilized it enough. I kept hitting the 1-pointers while the 2-pointers are the way. Now, the Brits did keep a light, and the light units are really easy to defend against, to intercept the raid units. But just love this game. Love the mechanics. Definitely, 2 thumbs up for sure for this game. With that, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know this is probably going to be a long video. Don't really care. Watch it as you can. Just put it on, and watch it as you go and go from there. If you made it this far, please subscribe. I do appreciate the subscriptions, and that just tells me you guys like what I'm doing. I really do enjoy playing these games for everybody, showing them off, giving you guys a different perspective on that. And this topic, particularly the French and Indian War, if you look it up, a lot of people refer this to as kind of the catalyst for the American independence. And if you get into the French and Indian War, you really understand why. With that, I will thank everybody for watching and have a great rest of your day, night, or morning. See you later. Bye.